Leslie's come home every day with fun stories and stories of all the artwork that they've made.
Oh, it's really cool, and she comes home with stories every night. I always ask her what they made and what they did, and it's always something new and different.
I've been really impressed with what they created here, and I thought it was just a fantastic experience for her.
Well, this is art camp at the Grove. We're taking a bunch of kids for a few weeks and running them through all sorts of art activities, teaching them stuff that's sort of like the staples in terms of art making, and then sort of doing some stuff that expands on that. The curriculum for art camp is actually a lot like university. And then when they aren't making art, they're swimming in the creek, they're having lunch, they're engaging with the environment here and making friends. And then any time that you can get people involved with a cultural center like the Art Gallery of Swift Current is just fantastic.
Well, it teaches art, and we've got a whole bunch of different artists from all over, and they're coming to teach the kids about their specific practice and about their techniques and different art forms.
I love it. This is my third year, so I'm not new to it, but it's really fun. It's really awesome being with my friends and in the nature and stuff like that. It's really awesome.
I thought it was awesome. I really liked it, and I'm going to be coming back here next year.
When I was a kid, I used to come here. It was the summer camp that I went to, and now I work here. I kind of consider me and Alex to be sort of like test dummies because our parents, like my dad is Kim Ho-Telling, curator of the art gallery, so art camp was sort of his thing, and then Shan is Alex's mom, and they own the Grove, and they had this sort of like collaboration, and art camp came out of it, and so they sort of tested it on us. Is this gonna work? So the first couple of years there were 5 to 10 people, and it's just gotten huge since. It used to be 1 week in the summer. Now we've got 2 weeks. There have been years where we've had 3 weeks, and it's just, it's really impressive, and it's just been kind of amazing.
I think Kim just had this amazing idea to bring the kids out into nature because it was someplace that they could just hang out and relax, and this is a campground, and we had this on our land, so I don't know, I guess it was all Kim. I decided just, kind of this last few years that I really enjoy teaching it, and I'd always been volunteering for art camp since I got too old to attend, and I was always too scared to teach, and now I'm getting more comfortable with the idea of teaching and maybe thinking about going in that direction as well. I hope that they'll be able to experience a new kind of art and be able to do that at home, or research into it and learn new things, because I think that's really important. I'm teaching something that I did in university, and they wouldn't normally get to do something like that, and so I think that that's really important, that they're getting a wide range of different things that you can do, and they get to figure out what they like and work with it. Well, I love that it's out in the wilderness. I think that's really good for the kids to not be stuck in a classroom, which was really cool because they got to take things from nature and then use it in their art. And so I think that's a really interesting aspect of it.
The lack of a cell phone signal definitely helps, but in terms of the actual engaging with the environment, that's been a tradition in Canadian art for as long as there's been people. Right? The landscape that we have here is inspiring. It's, and especially Saskatchewan, because it doesn't have things like mountains, but Saskatchewan's sort of secret glory, You have to actually learn to observe things, and then you get the most out of what you're looking at. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight. Any chance that you can be right by the creek and swim in it all the time when it's, nearly 30 degrees out is always a welcome place to work. But I guess that part of it is also recognizing the excitement in the kids, about this sort of thing. And, and I mean actually recognizing it because I've been there, right? Seeing them have the same types of breakthroughs that I had at art camp is, something that is kind of addicting.
Well, really, I really like all the art and in the tent. And we did this kind of art with like these chemicals, and we got things from the nature and we pressed them against it and put a thing of glass on top of it, and we put it outside in the sun, and it changed colors, and it kind of left a mark on it, and it looked really cool.
I like the pond, and I like to hear the birds singing. It's very nice. Well, when we made clay, I was making a person, so I made a cat person. And then when I got finished, I made 2 bunnies, and I called them friendship bunnies.
It was great. It was lots of fun. Learned lots of new things. How to draw a face, we learned how to do that. And a type of photo, I think it's called cyana printing.
Mostly, I want to encourage them to refine play. I mean, they're kids, they're gonna play automatically, You hand them all this art material and you tell them to sit down and make something. Well, they can make some pretty cool stuff, but it's sort of like refining it. It's figuring out, what matters to you about making one thing versus another. It's figuring out the technical stuff, giving them that sense of art literacy, that sense of refinement, that ability to realize that they can work on the same project, not for just 15 minutes, but for 5 days. That's something that you don't get in schools. That's something that you get at art camp.
Well, I hope to give them as many different media to work with and as many new outlets. I think that's really important to just give them all of these new techniques that they can take home and use, because they might not get that from art at school. And I think that's important to get instructors that are actually going to art school and working in that field to be able to teach them and share their experiences and then give them insight on where to go and how to do things.
I mean, art camp is wonderful because it's so many kids who are kind of into the same stuff and in the same area. So you make a lot of friends there, but it teaches you that other artists, they aren't your rivals. And that's something that you sometimes forget when you're competing for grants or scholarships or any of that stuff. That, these people are my coworkers, they're my friends, they're, the other people in the world who really get it. And I mean, for instance, me and Alex are still really good friends. We're, planning some collaborations in our future, and it started here.
I think that it's just really important that we keep doing this because it's a really great thing for the kids, and they all really, really enjoy being out here and doing art out in nature. And yeah, it's really important to me, and I hope that it continues for a long time.
It's educational, it's fun, it's all the things that a summer camp should be, and on top of that, it has lasting effects. I mean, I'm getting a degree, I'm getting a job, and it's just because I really liked art camp, really, But yeah, I think that your kids will thank you.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Max TV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@SaskTel.com. Max TV programming is now available on Max TV on the Go at maxtvonthego.sasktel.com.